Thousands of years ago, in the faraway Asian islands, the nomadic ancestors of today's Turks found themselves in a tight spot as they battled against ferocious predators that were hell-bent on devouring their precious livestock. Lions, cheetahs, or wolves would pounce on their herds, tear down the fences, and have a field day devouring the walking sticks of meat, leaving the nomads with a hefty financial burden day after day. To counter this problem, these ancient but resourceful men devised a genius solution. They captured some of these animals, particularly wolves, and started training them against their own clan, bringing out their best qualities, such as loyalty and protectiveness, while eliminating any wild tendencies that didn't mesh well with human society. This extensive domestication gave birth to a unique breed of man's loyal companion. With the enormous muscle-bound build and a bite that could put a lion to shame, this stalwart shepherd would prowl the livestock packs with such fearless intimidation that it made even the deadliest forest beasts think twice about going in for a shot. Be it ferocious felines, unyielding bears, or its own blood, the ultimate alphas, aka wolves. Meet the destroyer of wolves, the Kangal. Kangal, famously known as the Kangal Shepherd Dog, is a big, burly breed of livestock guardian dogs, as well as the national dog of Turkey. Its name comes from the town of Kangal in Sivas province, which is located in the far reaches of the Anatolia region of central Turkey. This is where early nomadic Turks, after hitting the road all the way from Asia in the 11th century, decided to put down roots and bring their fierce Kangals along as flock guardians. Some local Turks, however, narrate another fascinating story about how Kangals made their way into Turkish lands. Legend has it that the first Kangal in Turkey was actually a state present from an Indian ruler to an Ottoman king, and not just any present. This dog was so formidable that it allegedly ended up killing a lion in the palace during a fight. While the latter part might sound a bit exaggerated, it's actually extremely close to reality. These dogs have the most insane bite force in the canine world, clocking in at a whopping 743 psi. To put that into perspective, that is way tougher than the average lion's bite, which is around 650 psi. Perhaps that's the reason that this ancient breed is sometimes called the Anatolian lions. In 1994, a cheetah conservation firm started a groundbreaking initiative in Namibia, handing out around 300 Kangal dogs to local farmers to protect livestock from cheetah attacks. For context, big cats like cheetahs and leopards have been on a rampage across African farms every year, turning livestock into easy prey. In retaliation, farmers often killed these felines, which drastically shrunk the cheetah population, leaving them vulnerable. To control the situation, authorities brought in Kangals to keep cheetahs away from attacking livestock, which in turn would stop farmers from killing the cats. And the results were nothing short of impressive. More than 80% of the farms that adopted the Kangals reported a dramatic reduction in predator attacks. On top of that, besides big cats, this is the only dog breed out there that can not only take on, but also take down nearly every animal that threatens livestock. Wolves, bears, hyenas, coyotes, you name it. In the case of wolves, it's pretty ironic though. These hulking canines are direct descendants of wolves, trained to go head-to-head with the wolves themselves. Not only that, just like other dogs, even their scientific name is the same as with the gray wolves, which is Canis lupus, just with the subspecies tag, familiaris, added on, meaning domesticated gray wolf. These dogs are built for battle, and since they've got wolf blood coursing through their veins, they fight with the same fierceness. But a Kangal versus wolf or any other beast of prey is not just a simple showdown, it is a clash of titans, a battle of blood and instinct. This sheep farm is a real madhouse at the moment. An enormous wolf has busted into the shed, snatching one of the baby sheep, and makes a run for it, with the rest of the flock bolting in sheer panic. However, right by the exit, there is a guardian Kangal, chained up but ready to throw down. As the wolf tries to make its escape with the sheep still in its grasp, the Kangal is going into full bestial fury mode, lunging and snapping at the intruder. The chain's holding it back, but the savage canine will not give up. Just moments later, the wolf attempting to escape ends up in the Kangal's territory, and the enraged dog seizes it by the neck, and it brings that alpha down like a goat. Now, to pull off that insane feat, Kangals come equipped with some serious predator-like features. First off, their massive, flat skull, paired with those ridiculously strong jaw muscles, enables them to generate that killer bite force, serving as their ultimate weapon in a fight. Their muzzle is deep and blunt, and it comes loaded with massive canines and a full set of large, evenly spaced teeth, making each chomp count. Put that together with those eyes shaped like almonds set off to the sides, and you've got the Kangal embodying a majestic appearance just like the wolf. And then comes the size and the weight. And these behemoths don't beat around the bush there either. Fully grown, these giant dogs can stand between 28 and 31 inches at the shoulder. While the bitches, not that one, a female dog is called a bitch. It's okay, it's science. But the bitch is a bit shorter, hitting between 26 and 29 inches. Males can weigh up to 145 pounds, and females can weigh up to 120 pounds. And with these proportions, they got a leg up, we'll say, over most of its competitors, even average-sized wolves. However, despite being some of the largest dogs out there, they're not actually as heavy as some other mastiff breeds, which means they've got the speed and the agility as well, making them a triple threat, which is just another bonus. Because when they're facing off against predators, their job is all about speed. There's almost always a couple of these guardians tasked with keeping an eye on a massive herd of up to 1,000 sheep, which together looks like a giant free-for-all invitation to carnage for any hungry-looking animal for a meal, unless there's a Kangal patrolling the area. So they gotta be on their game, covering every inch of that herd to make sure no part is left exposed. And that takes some running. And to perform that task, they got huge bodies that are built for motion. They got all the muscles in all the right places. They are broad, well-defined with their shoulders, and they have a build where the front is a bit heftier than the back. Meanwhile, the legs are long and they are strong, with slightly sloping joints that extend into cushioned paws that help them transition from a steady trot to hitting speeds of up to 35 miles per hour in no time flat. During these nail-biting pursuits, Kangals go full steam ahead at the wolf, using their sheer size and strength to bring it down. Once they've got the wolf in their clutches, they'll throw that weight around to pin it under control, turning it into a real uphill battle for the beast to put up a fight or make a getaway. With the wolf cornered, the Kangal can get the upper hand and it can sink its teeth into the vital organs with a lethal bite. Sometimes a single one of them or a pack of them will go for the kill with 1,000 cuts, and they will gnaw at the wolf until it is either spooked away or done for. Now, interestingly, most of the Kangals versus Predator showdowns come to a halt when the opponent gets cold feet due to some pinning, wrestling, or biting, and they just decide to throw in the towel, preventing things from escalating to the point where the dog may kill the intruder. This is because, unlike wolves and other apex predators, Kangals are not born to be bloodthirsty. They're more about playing defense and sending attackers packing, which is the reason that they've managed to save those Namibian cheetahs from farmers, even when they're set up against them. But if the attack gets too rough or the predator does not back off, the dogs are not going to bat an eye to go the extra mile to protect their livestock. So they're not trigger happy, but they will blast them in self-defense. And during these face-offs, while a Kangal can usually take down an average-sized opponent without breaking a sweat, sometimes the odds change. This is when a lone Kangal goes up against a massive predator, like a grizzly bear that is not only 5 to 10 times its size, but just as ferocious. For situations like this, farm owners don't take chances. They're typically able to rely on more than one of these savage dogs. So, when the going gets tricky for these individuals, these fierce canines team up. They unleash their full strength against any intruder to protect their herd, no matter what it takes. But it's not like a Kangal would back down if they were pitted against a pack of hungry wolves alone either. This badass dude just held his ground against five whole vicious wolves single-handedly. It's inspiring. Similarly, just like a Kangal sinks its teeth into intruding predators, they can also find themselves in the same boat. So, to keep them safe and sound, farmers make sure they wear spiked metal collars around their necks to ward off any potentially lethal bites. Not only that, the Kangals on guard also have their ears chopped so that predators won't latch onto them. Their thick coat also helps brush off wolf bites and lets them carry out their guarding duties even in harsh conditions. Despite the tough nature of their job, Kangals surprisingly don't need a whole lot of food to keep going strong. In the US, these dogs often start on a diet of their mother's milk as puppies, followed by puppy kibble and then adult kibble, formulated for growth and maintenance. But this diet is a whole different story in Turkey, where these dogs originally came from. Turkish Kangals chow down on yal, a mix of barley flour and hot water turned into dough. Sometimes it's jazzed up with yogurt or other nutritional boosts. They also get a modest 25 grams of meat daily. Plus, 3 times a week they're treated to boiled bones, which help develop their powerful jaws with those killer bites. Interestingly, Kangals don't even need training to become top-notch flock guardians. Just letting a puppy roam free amongst the sheep is all it takes. Even a full-grown Kangal that's never laid eyes on livestock before can quickly bond with the herd and jump right into guardian mode. However, when it comes to living around humans, Kangals definitely need some serious domestication. Though they're loyal and make awesome pets, they still have a bit of that wild wolf ancestry in them, which means that they can come with that natural alpha instinct. During training, if a Kangal senses that their owner is a bit weak or submissive, it'll quickly step up as the pack leader, or alpha. This can make managing their behavior a challenge. So to ensure that they're chill with visitors and getting along with strangers, it's crucial to socialize them with people and other animals from an early age. Given the best environment, a Kangal can live between 12 to 15 years, and by the time they've hit 6 to 12 months, they are sexually mature. But breeders usually hold off on mating until they're at least 2 years old. Female Kangals go into heat about twice a year, with each cycle lasting around 2 to 3 weeks. During this time, she becomes receptive to a male. Once they've mated, the female kicks into a 63-day gestation period, which also onsets an increased appetite and nesting behaviors in them. After the puppies arrive, nursing begins right away, with the newborns relying on the mother's milk for those crucial first weeks, continuing to grow and develop under her watchful eye. And that's how this terrifying descendant of the wolves continues to live on as a guardian for its prey. Ironic, right? Anyways, what's your opinion? Are there any other dog breeds that you think could challenge a Kangal for the title of Ultimate Guardian? Share your 2 cents in the comment section down below, and as always, I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Not like in the Predator way, but like in the YouTube way, like in the attention way. Okay, goodbye. Thanks to our channel members for their constant support. And don't forget to join for some exclusive perks.